Hello, one and all, and welcome to the October 23 full Hunter's Moon Wood Moon. This is Eclipse season, folks. It's a very potent time, on top of also being spooky season. So there's a lot of that real funky kind of magical energy coming around. Things are shifting, dreams are getting weird. And we've been doing a lot of work. So let's see what we need to do with all of that. And before we get started, as always, let's call in those directions. To the east, to the wind and the dragon's wing, to flight, freedom, movement, seeking, the endless desire of knowledge, to all the things that soar and fly and glide through the air, to all the great celestial beings and all those above, pushing us and leading us into new directions and new beginnings and change. We welcome you in. To the south, to the fire, the dragon's breath, to the warmth deep in our souls, that fuel that burns, that ignites the fire within us to push, to transform and change, to be that light that burns and guides our way. And we welcome you in. To the west, to the earth, to the serpent's skin, to Mother Nature and all of the creatures great and small, for all the nurturing and abundance and life that is provided to us, to all those who have come before us, all those who are here, all those who have yet to come, and all those that have never been. To the ancestors, to the forgotten ones, to the ancient deep ones, we welcome you in. And to the north, to the water, to the Leviathan scale, to all the creatures known and unknown, great, small, and amorphous that live within the depths of the waters, to all the things in the oceans, seas, rivers, streams, lakes, bogs, swamps, and ponds, to the endless vastness that is our emotion and the depth of the wisdom that lies deep within all of us. We welcome you in. To the great mother below us, the provider of all, nurturer for all. Without her, we would not have a place to call home and therefore would not be. To our great mother, please guide, protect, and keep us warm with your love, strength, and nurturing. To the great Father above us, the being in the sky, the source of all light and life, of all things that exist, all things that have gone, to the provider of all, we welcome you in. Then to the here, to the now, for there is no moment but now. The past is gone. The future does not exist. All that is here and now. And we are eternal because of it. Alrighty. Let's get things started and rolling. This is the end of a harvest season. One a little longer than normal for some places. Others shorter and harsh. Things are changing. We are changing. But what we are changing into is merely a better version of ourselves. And with all that, what we are working with right now, this is like a post-harvest cleanup, a reestablishing of boundaries and foundations. We are working to create something new and different within us. And with that being said, let us introduce our players for this month, starting with Jade. Now, Jade is kind of be like a little bit of an outlier in this grid, but it's also going to be like the foundation and focus. This is a stone that's been used for a very long time by many cultures, specifically the Chinese. It is said to be a stone of vitality. It's been used within weather magic to call rain, snow, or mist. It's said to help protect children from danger. It's a symbol of purity, serenity, and maturity. It's a dream stone to help bring more insightful dreams. It helps to stabilize the personality, balancing the mind and body, encouraging you to integrate it. And as you can see from these towers, Jade varies greatly in its formations and colorings. That is all based on where it comes from in the world. And they are going to be kind of our focus, our anchor. And to really think about what that anchor is it's us. We are focusing kind of on ourselves. Not in a egotistical way, but in a where am I at, what am I trying to do, where am I going way. And with that in mind, like, we've been doing a whole lot of work lately trying to either redefine ourselves, reestablish ourselves, clearing out what doesn't belong to us, other people's baggage, and that can be very draining. Doing that with a little bit of help of Jade can keep that drain lessened and a little bit more manageable. Next, we shift over to an old favorite, good old Petrified Wood. As we know, this is very, very grounding. It helps to cleanse and stabilize all the chakras. It is a stone of transformation because it's gone from being wood to getting completely replaced with fossilized carbon and other materials, and then going through another replacement of either jade, agate, quartz, or even opal. This is a stone that helps us to remember that no action is truly necessary when every step we take is towards the goals we wish to reach. Because we're always moving forward no matter what we do, no matter any setbacks. We're always pushing ahead. Petrified Wood helps us to remember that. And it also helps to bring us in teachers and guides and mentors that help to push us in that more spiritual, more self-purposed path. Next, let's see. Let us do a little bit of, yes. We're going to do Axenite. Now, Axenite is something that is both piezoelectric and pyroelectric, which means under heat and under pressure creates electricity. This stone is very balancing and harmonizing. It's very strongly grounding. It helps to bring deep earth energies into the body through our Earth Star chakra. It increases our strength and endurance, helps us to helps us to enable change and to go with the flow of life, to change what needs to be changed without causing ourselves impediment or struggle. Because everything that we're going through, all that we do, we don't need any more. We don't need anything else kind of getting in the way of our change, of our growth, of the recreating of our boundaries. Because other people's opinions, thoughts, and ideals, they aren't ours. They aren't always in our best good. They're in their best good. And that's also something that we need to also work on, is how to communicate that. How it's like, this is what I want to make myself feel safe, and I would appreciate it if you do X, Y, Z to help me achieve that. And if that goes against what's the best good for you, well, that means we gotta learn how to compromise. Find what's there to be found. Bridging gaps. Moving forward. Knowing what's for us and for them, while keeping ourselves balanced on all levels. This also helps us to integrate and bring together the physical and the spiritual bodies. Especially if you start towards the feet. So if you were to incorporate this into, say, a reflexology treatment of sorts, very beneficial. Not certain how you could do that. Maybe soak the feet in like a salt bath beforehand and have Axenite into that bath. So, yeah, that could be good. It would really help to stimulate and grab everything and pull it all together and balance it. Axenite's very interesting because not a lot of people know about it. It's very kind of unique and rare. Mainly because it doesn't grow in very nice, large chunks and everything. It's all these much smaller pieces and chips, as you can see. Doesn't mean it's any less potent and powerful. Next, we shift over to a very well-known stone. This is black Tourmaline. You can't really get into protective work without it. It's extremely grounding. helps to protect against EMF radiations and emissions. It blocks electromagnetic disturbances and any kind of negative energy trying to disrupt you or do you harm. It helps to instill a positive attitude no matter what the situation, stimulating altruism and turning it into a practical creativity. It even helps to draw off negative energies, clearing blockages and negative thoughts. I personally have this in every corner of my house, and it's usually in a cluster with quartz, because that's how it's regularly found. But yeah, black tourmaline, if it's not in your toolkit, should be. It is easy to acquire. If you need assistance in that, give me a message. I can send you in some directions, because stuff's useful, it's helpful. Next, we're going into a personal favorite that we've worked with several times. This is Aegirine. This is a stone of integrity, helping you to align yourself with your convictions. It's a stone that, when working with it, while it removes an energy, it's also replacing an energy. And not a lot of things do that. They either do one or the other. These do both. And what this replaces, like any energy that this removes, is replaced with basically the self. And not in a toxic, narcissistic way, but in the self-esteem, self-confidence, self-worth way. Because a lot of us, we struggle with that. It's not easy to really come by and to provide ourselves with. So we usually have to find it elsewhere. Aegirine is a perfect source for that. And if you look at them, these are perfect pieces to like wrap as a tool and wear as a necklace. I would do it for myself, but I personally feel like I have other tools that do the same thing. Not saying that more wouldn't hurt, but when I have a hard enough time sifting through the ones I'm already working with, adding in another is just going to be a pain. As you can kind of see, this is already taking a very either wheel-like or fence-like creation, because that's kind of what the focus is here, because it's our fence, our protection, our boundaries. We've done so much that sometimes people try to take that for themselves. When other people try pushing their agendas and influence into your energy, you don't need that. It's not necessary. So this kind of helps us keep it a little bit to ourselves. really establishing that whole, like, what I do with my own time, space, energy, magic is my own. The opinion, thoughts, and feelings of others aren't really necessary unless they are a part of that creation. If they're not, well, then they have a good place that they can shove it. Because we all know what it's like for other people to take credit for our work, or to not understand what we're doing and warp it in the eyes of others. And if you're working with integrity, there's no way anyone can warp what you're doing, because no one else can do it the way you do. And next, not least, another fun favorite that shows up from time to time: Obsidian. Obsidian has no boundaries, it has no structure, it has no limitations. Obsidian is fearful only to those who do not respect the boundaries of others. Obsidian is sharp and can cut through anything, or just about. Veterinarians utilize it to actually do their surgery because it cuts so fine, so thin, that the wounds created begin to almost instantaneously heal. Let's see. Obsidian is a fun kind of favorite of mine as well, just because of what it does. It's so sharp, it's so direct. It sends a message. And it's not one of anger or fear, but don't mess with what you don't know, because what you don't know could very well be your undoing. Many people like to joke around and adopt that mindset of fuck around and find out. If anybody has that mindset, I recommend that you don't. Do not fuck around and find out. Because what you find out might be the last thing you do. And then it's just some little extra added support. Can't go wrong with a touch of smoky quartz. Because actually some of the smoky quartz, like these guys here, have Aegirine within it. See that little guy? There he is. Because smoky quartz is something that could always benefit from a little bit of integrity. Not saying that, you know, what it does is immoral, but it's very cleansing and detoxing, and not everything that we seek to cleanse and detox needs to go. These here actually some Axenite clusters with an additional friend of Epido. And those of us who know that which is Epido know it doesn't play around. There are no need for games in this world. Especially when the people creating most of those games don't do it with the right intention or integrity. And that is also another thing that is very prominent in this line of work is we are very good, those of us who do this, at knowing where one's intentions are placed. And if your intentions are of selfish, needless gain and want, we know. And we don't want to play. Second. Our integrity is as loud and clear as we are. Especially those who try to hide it. Because then it's even louder. The things that scream the loudest are our egos. Especially when many refuse to submit and bow before it. The only egos we should submit before honestly, none of them. Not even our own. Our egos must submit to us. For we are their creator. We are their provider. Without us, our egos are nothing. Sometimes it takes a long time to even recognize that ego. And recognize that, yes, they actually do have a purpose. They are here for our benefit, for our good, for our security and safety. But they're also here to our own detriment. Because anything that is truly self-serving only does us harm in the long run. Let's see, what do we need? What do we need? Let's see, let's do a little shimmy. 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 And last but not least, a little bit of peace in the center. Okay. How's this feeling for y'all? How's it look through the camera's lens? Tweaky blue light, be gone. Okay, let us now spin and connect. Let us bring this energy together. Let us help it stabilize and ground as we stabilize it and ground it within ourselves. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, you two come here. That should help this to functionate properly. Let's see what you're going to do now. This is a very soft flow of energy right now. Compared to the last few, which were rather intensive, this one's just moving on its own time, moving slow, because none of these are fast. There might be a little bit of ruthlessness in this energy, but it's not a fast, in your face kind of energy. It's not like, oh, the lesson you need to learn is to slow down, so we're gonna crash your car while you're in it kind of thing. It's like, no, not at all. It's just gonna more likely put you in a state of purge. And you'll clear out whatever is holding you back and is unwanted. So if you get a little sick, I'm sorry. It's not the grid's fault. It's the energy of this cycle. There's not too much I can do about that. Not much you can really do about that. Other than if you feel yourself getting sick, like, you know what to do to take care of yourself. The only reason you haven't been taking care of yourself is because haven't been putting yourself first. We do all this work for other people. We need to remember to do that work for ourselves. And not that it really needs it, but let's stabilize this energy down. As you can tell, it's all pretty calm, chill, relaxed. Not a whole lot happening here. Which is kind of ironic for a lunar eclipse, full moon. Especially being in the sign of Aries, even though everyone's telling you it's in Taurus. No, it's in Aries. But it is functional. It's here. It's also reminding you to rest. Because there's going to be just gates and portals and everything opening and flowing. And we're going to be feeling it a whole lot more than normal. So remember to take some time for yourself. This is a special time of the year. And things are changing. We are changing. Let's do it together. And with our own strength behind our backs. And place the spirit of the grid in. Let's seal this deal. And let's get this energy on the road. We're going to be feeling a real big change in everything. Even the seasons are going to feel different, even though they're reverting to a time that we may recognize in some places. Everywhere else, it's significantly different. And we're all experiencing it in our own ways, but we're all going through that same energy. It's a change and transformation. We are coming in to something new, and yet old, or even current. Whatever we're doing, we need to remember to keep our boundaries in place, to keep secure within ourselves, move with integrity, remove that which holds us back, and move through life with purpose and vigor and vitality. And with that, I thank you for joining me. And until next month, happy full moon.